If you want to be heard, then you must first listen. That is the phrase that I got for you while connecting to your energy, and that could mean that you need to listen to another person. You need to take someone else's advice or feelings into consideration. It could also mean that you need to listen to your own voice and truth in order for it to be heard by others. So whatever variation of this is resonating for you, I really encourage you to kind of sit down and feel how this could be true for you at this time. I do have some cards on the table. I already pulled some animal cards, and we will get into the tarot in just a moment. But first, I want to thank all of you who support this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's all possible because of your support, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. I really do appreciate it. If you've been following around for some time and haven't done so already, now is an excellent time to hit that subscribe and bell notification, as I'm looking to rebrand in the very near future, and that way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. I do have links in the description of this video for all of my social media accounts as well as my website, and I'm actually running a sale. So if you want to do a deep dive together, you can book a tarot reading, astrology reading, or energy healing session with me. You can get 15% off all of my services using the code Jupiter until June 24th. So snag that while you can. There's never been a better time to do so. Anyways, Libra, I was connecting with this energy, and I did get a couple of animal cards here for you, and something that I do think is important if you are maybe in a conflict or having a hard time communicating with somebody, maybe you do need to slow down and really check in with yourself. Really just ask yourself, am I actually hearing what this person is saying? Am I listening to what this person is telling me, or am I trying to be heard? Because either way, it does feel like you need to listen. That is something I got. So there might be a potential conflict here, but I also do feel on the deeper level, there is something very powerful about your voice, Libra. You are transmutative. You are able to change people with the power of your words or the way that you express yourself. And I say that because I have the crow, which is a huge messenger in the animal kingdom. Crows can sometimes even learn language and mimic language. But there is something about having a very powerful voice. Now, there isn't a raven card in this deck, but I'm very much getting that kind of raven archetype, especially with the black egg. And again, what's so interesting is that the black egg represents the throat chakra, Vishuddha, which actually represents as especially pure. And when I look at this very deep, dark color, it's like it can't be dyed. It can't be changed. The truth is the truth. It is not colored by any feelings or any kind of momentary thing. It is the essence of the truth. And that is something that I think you are connecting to and even expressing right now. And the crow is also very associated with magic, with clairvoyance, as well as seeing the future, third sight. And so there could be something here where intuitively or spiritually you're receiving messages or guidance and almost like acting as a channel or speaking to something. Feels very, very important. And the funny thing is, I also got the oyster. Which does feel very tied to the throat, because I think of clamming up. I think of shutting the throat and needing to protect that light, that pure center, that pearl that is inside of you. And there is a gift that you are meant to share with the world. But I do feel like it is important for you to still listen first, because you need to hear the message before you can relay it to somebody else. And that doesn't just mean hear the message and go. It means practice it. Practice the thing you are being given right now, the guidance, the advice from your ancestors, your angels, your guides, whoever it is you work with in the spiritual realm, or whatever teacher you are learning from. You are meant to practice it yourself. You need to hear it. You need to live your truth. That is what is making my ears ring. You need to live your truth. Living your truth, living your potential, living your true, authentic expression. These are things that are very, very resonant for you at this time, quite literally. Pay attention to ringing in your ears as well, or songs that get stuck in your head. That could be a form of clairaudience or psychic hearing. You might also be getting messages or phrases as well. But you need to listen for yourself first. I'm even thinking of the expression, be your own psychic. If you were your client, what would you be telling yourself? Because I do feel like a lot of you are very intuitive. You are very dialed into truth, or that is something that is deeply important to you. And you need to give yourself the truth. And that's not the same thing as being self-critical. I think we often mistake those two things. It might be acknowledging what you're doing wrong, what needs improvement, but it's also acknowledging what you're doing right. So I really want you to kind of give yourself your own guidance. Listen to your own guidance. Listen to your own truth. So very, very curious to see what tarot cards are coming in here for you. And as I'm shuffling, I'm just going to give you the friendly reminder that these are general messages, and therefore not all of them will apply to each and every one of you. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your life and how. And I even encourage you to take a moment to pause this video, really connect with your whole being so you can best discern what is meant for you at this time. So what are the messages that we have for Libra? What are the messages for Libra? Show us clearly, please. What are the messages for Libra? And it's interesting. I've been noticing today that generally when I shuffle these decks, the cards just fly right out. But I feel like I'm actually doing a lot of the pulling today. And so I feel like there's a lot of decisive action that is being taken. And this actually makes sense because of what's going on astrologically for you and the other cardinal signs. I did the Aries and Capricorn. Each of these signs represent the start of a season. You represent the start of autumn, at least in the northern hemisphere. Capricorn is the start of winter. Aries is the start of spring. So there is something that you are choosing. You are starting. You are taking the step. You need to take the initiative. That is kind of what I'm getting. And as I say that, that's when these cards come out. You've been waiting on a change. You've been waiting for a moment to set things in motion with the Four of Swords and Two of Pentacles. You've known a change is coming. You have sensed it, and you have been biding your time and energy. And I don't think that this is you been procrastinating something either, Libra, because I don't think you were ready for the change before. And when I look at this image, this lamb with the swords, I know some people look at this as like a really ominous image, because it's almost like people see this as a lamb going to slaughter. I've never seen this card this way. I've actually seen it very much as like, yeah, this lamb's third eye is open. It sees what's coming. It knows what's above it. And if it stays perfectly still, the swords will not cut it. So you know that things are about to change. You know things are about to shift. You've been in this awareness for a while. And you knew it was time to kind of bide. Or you were in the midst of a transition and you kind of needed to go as simply about it as you possibly could. Not make big decisions, not rush things. It definitely was not a time of rushing whatever was going on in the recent past for you. But I'm already getting the sense that the time is coming. Wow. Interesting. Cobra image with this King of Swords here. You know the perfect time to strike, and it will be like lightning. Taking that purpose-filled action. Acting out of purpose instead of being reactive. Responding instead of being reactive. Okay? That is the energy that you've been learning. Because the King of Wands has a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, and knows what and when is the proper time to act on. What else do we have for Libra? The Moon. There has been a lot of uncertainty, maybe feeling lost, confused. But there's also a calling. Like the wolf in the night, there has been a calling. And again, I keep getting like sounds. Sound is very, very important to you right now, Libra. I'm also realizing that in the previous reading I did for you, I felt like there was a lot of voices around you. And it was important for you to listen to your internal voice. And so if this reading is resonating with you, or it's speaking to you on some level, you feel that kind of buzz, maybe it's worth checking out this previous reading as well. There might be additional messages. I honestly don't remember much else from it, other than there was kind of a similar theme going on. But your voice is especially powerful, and listening is especially powerful, because it's almost like you can't see something right now, but you can hear it, you can feel it, you can even smell it. You sense it. You're sensing something. What are you sensing? Clarity. King of Swords. Action. Being very logical. You do need to act, is the thing. Before was a time of biding your time waiting, but I feel like there is going to be this subtle call for you to take actions or to implement a plan. And it's implementing a plan. It's not being spontaneous. So I'm not going to tell you to just do something, some random opportunity that just comes up for you. Like if you've been planning to do something and you've been waiting for the moment to implement those plans, it feels like that's coming. And you need to be attuned to answer to that, to move to that. And there could even be a conversation, a message, an opportunity, an offer that comes in, because there is a lot of communication that's going on. And I even think of divination itself as just eavesdropping on the universe, on the conversation the universe is already having with itself. You can literally go outside and divine, looking at the sky, looking at the animals around you, listening to the conversations that are happening around you, trusting that there is a mirror in this reality. This reality is like a mirror hologram, and it's reflecting things back to you. It might not always be literalistic, but it could be reflecting some aspect of something about you back to yourself, and kind of approaching it with a thought experiment. You don't have to believe in this even, but just if there was something that is being reflected back at me at this time, what is it? That is actually the way I would really encourage you to go about this. But I feel like messages are all around you right now. Ace of Cups and the Hanged Man in reverse. You are just going to have to act on your intuition, and you're going to have to trust it. Because I feel like some of you are, you've been waiting. But you need to do something. You need to do something differently. You've been keeping yourself stuck, some of you. You don't need to do that anymore. Say yes to healing. Say yes to renewal. Open your heart to new things. Let go of how you think things should be. These are all messages I'm getting with this combination. And I'm saying messages like quite literally. Like again, a lot of this is coming in very clairaudient, which isn't always how I read. I tend to be more clairvoyant. So it feels like for some of you, maybe your angels, ancestors, guides, whoever it is you work with, they connect with you very much in that kind of auditory way. Five of Wands. Ooh, yep, there could be some conflict. There could be some big emotions. There's also projection. There is projection going on. And I'm going to be honest, Libra, you might be projecting onto other people. Other people might be projecting onto you. Either way, don't get reactive. Don't get into the power play. Don't get into the ego. That's getting in your own way. If there's been a big conversation that you've been putting off, or a conversation that just hasn't been going very well, I feel like you are making it happen, but you also have to listen. You have to slow down a little bit. What is worth saying, what isn't? How can you communicate most effectively? Interesting messages here. They are definitely for somebody. I'm going to leave it at that. And the King of Pentacles. A lot of kings here. King of Wands, King of Wands, Swords, Pentacles. And in this deck, it is about father. So it's Father of Wands, Father of Pentacles. Maybe there is something here that like is a paternal wound or father wound that is coming in, that very relevant at this time. Maybe some of you are connecting to your patrilineal ancestors, the ancestors from your father's side. Because I do feel like there is some clairaudience, maybe even some mediumship. Let's simplify all of this. Let's clarify all of this. What is the clarification of this reading? Because I feel like it kind of just had this huge sweeping thing. How can I simplify this reading? 3 cards. No, I want 1. Give me 1. Ace of Pentacles. There's a new beginning. It's very solid. It's very steady. And it's a commitment. And I think you are committing to your soul's purpose. And that is affecting every area of your life. It's not just about career. It's about relationships. It's about how you show up in relationships. You are becoming your higher self. And you're living your truth. And you need to commit to that in every single way. Like, this feels like a very intense, focused energy. I'm not gonna lie. Which isn't always your strong suit, Libra. You know, I'm a Libra rising myself. I have my Mars there. We're not always the most decisive. But Libra is also the sign of justice. It can become very objective when it needs to. It can be very decisive when it needs to be, when it's about fairness, when it's about equality and balance and truth. And that's, I think, what you're needing to listen to first. You are embodying your potential now. And like, this is actually a really powerful way to manifest, I believe. Imagine your most idealized self. And what is it that that person does each day? What do they eat? What time do they get up? What does their day look like? How do they relate to other people? And start putting into practice as many of those things as possible. And you will be surprised just how quickly and how much you can line up with that. But you do have to commit yourself to it, is the thing. And you're making a commitment to yourself. I feel like some of you are quite literally making a promise to yourself. Make this promise to yourself. That is also something I just heard. I'm so curious if these phrases are resonating for others, because I am just getting so much ringing while I'm doing this reading. Anything else for Libra at this time? What are the blessings for Libra at this time? I do feel like there's a new beginning. Yeah, going after things. The Chariot, taking action. You're making your own miracles happen. This isn't about waiting for someone to come save you. I'm going to be honest. And it's interesting. Chariot represents Cancer energy. We do have Cancer in your astrological 10th house, at least those of you who are Aries risings. That's going to be most relevant to you. There is growth. I'm sorry, Libra risings. It's most relevant to Libra risings. Jupiter's in your 10th house in Cancer for the next year at the time of this recording. You can make things happen, but you kind of have to take action on them still. You have to decide. I feel like you are finding a strength in yourself you didn't even know was there. And a capability in yourself. You're surprising yourself. Love that. I love this energy for you. What else do we have? Way too many cards. Why are there so many cards? It feels like there's a lot of voices again. It feels like there's a lot of voices again. But I am noticing kind of at the top of this There was the Eight of Cups, which is often walking away from broken situations or patterns that are no longer serving you. And the Six of Cups, inner healing. Shoot, am I going to take all of these cards? I am. Wow. Okay, so we have the Tower, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Cups. There's deep, deep healing that's going on, something that has rocked you to your core, okay? And maybe you even put a lot of time and energy and your own heart and sweat and blood and tears into something with that Seven of Pentacles. That might be the thing you're walking away from, or maybe you had to walk away from it. Because I feel like with the Six of Cups, there's a reconnection that's going on right now. And only you can really answer for yourself whether you need to reconnect with something or let it go. Because it's almost like you need to double down. Am I going to decide to do this, or am I doing something else? Being decisive. Do I stay, or do I rebuild? Do I work on this from the ground up again? Something needs to change. Something has not been working. And for some reason, I do feel like for some of you, you're making something work. Is that true? What did I just get? Maybe not. Again, be discerning here, but we do have the Death card. Letting something go, letting something change. You definitely need to embrace change. This was the blessing? No, come on. What is it that they're letting go of? What is Libra letting go of? Okay. What is Libra letting go of? Is it this card? The thing I'm actually hearing is that you're letting go of old relationship patterns. Or relationships that aren't working, and it feels like they've been over. It's almost like you're letting go of an ex finally. And that feels like it could have been years. I'm literally getting like years. I even want to say 7 of years with that Seven of Pentacles. That might be an important time frame. What was happening for you 7 years ago? 2018? There is some sort of cycle that you are closing out. Ace of Wands. New beginning, new passion, excitement, zest for life. Seeing the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. There could very well be a new relationship. I feel like someone was promising you things they couldn't deliver on. Whether that was deceptive or frankly self-deceptive doesn't really matter. Even if you're in a new relationship now, I feel like for a lot of you, there's still this person, that one who got away, this energy of someone who really left an impression on you. And we have the Strength card. Choosing what is right, even if it's hard. Is there anything else Libra needs to let go of right now? Because I feel like that's something. I mean, Five of Swords can literally be about disconnecting, severing something, needing to let go of things. Fighting lost battles, battles you can't win. What is in your control? Coming back to the Chariot. Doing what is in your control is important right now. You're making your own opportunities happen for yourself. And in terms of relationships, this isn't about falling in love with someone's potential or what could have been or what could be. You can't control that. You can only control how you show up in relationships and what people you choose to show up to based on what is happening in the present. Mic drop. That's what I got. Um, Actually, yeah, as I say that, I feel a sense of completion. So those are all the messages I have for you at this time, Libra. I do hope that this was helpful. I hope this wasn't too heavy or anything either, because I think I don't ever do these readings to make people feel sad or defeated or disempowered. I'm telling you what could be going on in your life and giving you ways to kind of work with it. I'm trying to empower you. And sometimes that does mean looking at some things that could be hard to say or admit. But I want to give you that kind of perspective shift as well, because I think that is important for this group, especially right now. I am sending lots of good energy your way. If you've made it all the way to the end, give us that little crow or raven emoji. Let us know. And definitely comment down below. What is it that you're deciding for yourself? How are you being more decisive? Even claim that in the comment section down below. That could be something that's very powerful. Again, I do have a sale on my website, so if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can find the link for that there. I am running a sale, so you can get 15% off all of my services using the code Jupiter through June 24th. And I will see you all in the next video. You're also welcome to watch the videos for your sun, moon, or rising sign. There could be some messages for you there. Really just trust your own intuition and discernment. The zodiac signs don't even really matter too much. Just intuit what messages are meant for you. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Libra.